Thank you so much to everybody who's tuned in today for our Wednesday, Wine Wednesday, Jam Happy Hour. And I'm very excited to introduce Nat Keefe. It's been a while. How you doing, Nat?
Really good, really good. How you doing, Sam?
I'm doing great. It's been since what, July?
Yep.
Talked? Yeah.
That's right.
How have you been?
Man, these are hard times. I think these are hard times for everybody. I've been counting my blessings, though, lately. Everyone is basically all right in my circles. I just had my best friend from high school just got COVID, and he didn't even know how he got it. He's been, at home the whole time. It's really, really scary.
Oh, my goodness.
Do you know anybody who's gotten it?
I do. They're all luckily much better. My dad and my stepmom, way back, probably 7 months ago, they both got COVID and they're really sick. But luckily, they've gotten better and they're doing great now. But my thoughts go out to everyone out there who's been affected, whether it be personally or through someone that they know who's gotten COVID. And I hope everyone's safe. And with that being said, this Jam Happy Hour that we do, a lot of it is to kind of relieve the stress for an hour, to let us all just kick back and relax, drink wine, listen to music. And I hope everyone who's listening in that's exactly what you're doing. I hope we can provide an hour of just pure relaxation for.
I mean, this COVID thing has made me take my job even more seriously. If you're in the sort of good time, party, happy time business, I think our job is as important as ever right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you, Nat. Thank you to every musician out there. You guys you keeping on with song creation and output. It's amazing. And I know you just put out 2 new tracks on, I think, Spotify. Is it on Apple Music too?
It is, yeah.
Woo! And that is Quashima and Universe.
Yeah, so this is my new thing. Most of the time, most of my 20 years of playing music, I've played in Hot Buttered Rum, which is a jam grass outfit. And this is my little endeavor into electronic music, and it involves some recordings I made in Rwanda and Zambia and Ghana, and then involves some house beats and some bluegrass instruments, and that's what I've been up to lately, tinkering around.
Heck yeah! Well, let's get into the first track then. Is it Quashima?
This is Quashima.
Nat Keith, everybody, and that was one oh look, we have a special guest. That was the first of two of his newest releases through BeatMower, and you can find that on your major music platform of choice. And that was Kwashima, and you'll be hearing the second of the two in just a little bit. But in the meantime, definitely check out all of Nat's stuff at the links that are posted below. Last time I interviewed Nat, we were discussing hot buttered rum and all that good stuff. And today we're gonna kick things off with everything BeatMower that there is to offer. It's amazing to see just your diversity in terms of what you have to offer to your fans, and just your ability to kind of fluctuate all of your different skills. It's pretty cool.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
You got it.
I'm at your service.
I was gonna make an electronic music joke, but I decided to drop it.
I think there's a lot to joke about there. I mean, the thing about electronic music is that there is a much lower barrier to entry, maybe even than like playing the guitar. Mm-hmm. You can, kind of any old Yahoo can pick up a computer and make something that sounds at least okay.
That was a joke, though.
What's that?
Decided to drop it.
Oh, man.
Oh, no. You got to take a sip now.
Yeah. Well done, Sam. You got to be on your toes with Sam.
Cheers. He's sipping on our butter.
It's super tasty.
And as am I. And you can find that online down below.
Thank you, Jam Cellars. It was awesome. Last week I got a package delivered with Jam Cellars wine. I really couldn't be more happy.
So you got the... Oh, go for it.
Just so that I could be in the spirit of things,
Absolutely. Is that kind of a joke? The spirit of things? Wine isn't a spirit.
No, that's not a joke. That's not a joke. I am a dad, but I'm trying to avoid dad jokes.
So you got butter. What else did you get sent?
I got butter, and then I got the Pinot, which was really good too.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, really tasty.
Okay, so hot buttered rum. You have toured with, your peeps all over the nation, without being able to even count probably how many places. And
49 states, every state except for North Dakota.
Oh.
In some glorious conditions and some very undignified conditions.
But okay, so BeatMower, I know that you were saying you'd planted the seed for all of this amazingness in terms of the electronic music. I think it was in 2018 when everything kind of started.
Yeah, but it happened even earlier than that. It was several years ago at Burning Man at 4 a.m. I was dancing around the embers of the man, and I had this vision. This vision was given unto me that I needed to create dance music, electronic dance music, but with bluegrass instruments. Mm-hmm. And so what I'm doing right now is a step along that path. I would call this more conventional dance music. But my eventual goal is to create an all American string band dance music that sort of sounds like this, but has the sound of the banjo and the sound of the fiddle. Because there's great string bands that already do that, but I think that I could manipulate it in a way that would be interesting and unique.
So what's the difference? What would you say is the difference between what you do with hot buttered rum with your more traditional sense in terms of acoustic and just your classic style of music versus when you've been doing this electronic stuff? How does that differ in terms of the creative process and the output? How does that all change for you?
It's really interesting, and I think neither one would ever replace the other. Mm-hmm. But in a band, it's a collaboration, and you sit in a room with your best friends / worst enemies and figure out how to put something together. And it's awesome. I mean, I think it's this institution, you know, rock and roll bands, the institution of rock and roll bands, which is how American kids and, you know, a lot of boys and a lot of girls figure out how to get along with each other and collaborate and make decisions. And so it's, you know, it's good beyond even just the music that it makes, I think. But it's also maddening too, as I alluded to. You know, you have to collaborate with someone else, and that's how sometimes the best things are made, and that's certainly been the case in my little career. But then also sometimes things get left on the cutting room floor when you're collaborating with other people, and it's important to have something, you know, as an artist, it's important to have something that you can go and create all yourself and it's your sculpture, and no one else is going to come near it with a pick.
All right. There you have it, people.
But then, you know, like, process aside, also it's very practical to make music like this, which I love. Like, especially during these COVID times. I mean, in the spring, I would do live streams every Saturday night, and it was a nice way to connect with, you know, friends and family and fans all over the place, and that was really, really fun. And then recently, I've been loading up this whole rig onto a bicycle and riding over to Golden Gate Park, and then having these dance parties in Golden Gate Park, which are so much fun. Which would just be really hard to do with a 5-piece band. You know, you're basically not going to do that.
Right.
And so, you know, for one person with, you know, a couple backpacks of gear to be able to provide a raging dance party for any amount of people is very empowering. But again, it'll never take the place of playing music with other people or being in a band. But it's a fun thing to do. And then I just get asked to do all kinds of things. You can fit into so many more things. So it's just really fun.
And before we get into Universe, there was a quote that we were talking about earlier, where you were talking about the pent-up energy and how that's gonna, you know, just translate into when everything gets back to normal.
I sure feel that. I mean, people are ready to rage, and like in the last few months when, you know, you figure out COVID safety and maybe a handful of people can get together in an outdoor separated way, and we can, you know, do music and do the things that we used to do. There is so much energy that people are bringing to the table, and so much frustration. And then also we all have this shared experience now too. And I mean, I think we're headed into the roaring 20s.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, with that being said, we're probably going to have some sort of Gatsby-esque dance party, which I feel like Universe would be awesome to play.
Okay.
So let's hear it.
All right. wine drinking solo.
Woo!
Thank
Matt
you.
Keefe, everybody.
Thank you.
Check out what you just heard. First and second things that you heard tonight. Quashima Universe. Follow BeatMower on Instagram. It's just at BeatMower. And then, of course, today is Wine Wednesday. I have more jokes in store. And if you would like to contribute, rather than sip, contribute a buck or two, or what have you, over to the virtual tip jar, you can venture over to PayPal. It's nat@hotbutteredrum.net. We're being supplied with our new norm version of a concert, and it's been amazing thus far. Thank you, Nat.
Thank you.
Great to see you again. So that was Universe. How do you make a Universe party?
Boy. Whoa. Well, I mean, anything goes because it's like the whole universe, so you can do anything you want. And I think you could just go with what you're feeling.
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
Or you plan it.
Whoa. Okay, so Sam, I need to just get a little bit more hip
first
to your
you need to take
your
a sip.
biting humor, and And like I thought that was like a serious interview question, and I was kind of struggling with it because
That's
I
the
don't
point.
have
I
I
like
don't
to
have a
hear
great
people's
answer for
answers.
that.
Yeah.
But it's better when it's just when it's a joke, and I should assume it's a joke.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody watching. If you'd like to find what Nat is sipping on, he's sipping on our butter, as am I. You can find butter among our other easy to love wines at jamsellers.com/buy. We have a variety of options in terms of finding our products. You can order directly through us, get it delivered straight to your doorstep. We also have our wine finder tool. It's very handy. You just type in your zip code and it'll provide you with all the places in your local area that supply our wines for purchase. And then in addition to that, there's the awesome app Drizzly, which will deliver your booze, your wine, your beer, your liquor, what have you, to your doorstep within an hour, which is pretty cool. So we just heard Nat's 2 new releases, which you can find on your preferred major music platform. We heard Kwashima and Universe. What do you call it when you play EDM in a forest, Nat?
What?
Treehouse.
Wow. Oh, that's good. Dang. Nice.
Okay, another sip for you. Cheers.
See, that time I didn't take it as like an interview question.
There you go. I like to switch it up.
I guess it's not all about me, Sam, is it? It's a hard thing to accept.
Okay, so why don't let's do 2 songs back to back. Are we going to get into some of the hot buttered rum stuff? What are we going to hear?
Let's see. So, all right. So the role of the DJ, like it's kind of a new thing in the last 3 or 4 plus decades. And, it started off with, 2 turntables and then being able to like mix between them. Mm-hmm. And then it's evolved into this thing here. And there's a million ways to make electronic music, but this is just the way that I do it. And this is a mixing thing. Each one of these buttons signals a different loop that I have in my computer that I have either recorded or borrowed or bought. And so some of these are things that I recorded, like the last 2 tracks. I recorded a bunch of them in Rwanda with this great singer Mirasano. That he was the singer up on top. Mm-hmm. And then I recorded, the bass player is Reed Mathis, who's one of the best bass players in the world. He lives here in San Francisco, or he lives in Oakland. And Phil Brazina from Brothers Comatose. I'm sure a lot of the listeners know Brothers Comatose. And he laid in the violin. And so there's this continuum from someone having 2 turntables and wanting to keep the party going, and so you play one record and then you find a way to fade into the next song, and then while you flip the vinyl record and then fade into the next song. Mm-hmm. And what this allows you to do is basically have an infinite number of turntables. Right now I'm working with 8 channels, so I usually don't have more than 8 things going on, but it allows you to do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. But I took a bunch of vinyl lessons from a great teacher here in the Mission District of San Francisco called DJ Lamont, and I really recommend that to anybody. DJ Lamont is a great guy. He's
Lamont.
Lamont, yeah. And he just opened his shop right before COVID hit, and I hope he's doing all right. I hope business is okay. But he's a heck of a guy, and he'll teach you either the CDJ, digital DJ thing, or he will teach you the vinyl thing. This is actually something else besides either of those 2 things. But I took vinyl lessons from him, and I'm going to take some more. But I try to incorporate some of the old school sampling approach to what I do. So one way that a lot of early music, early DJ music, and then early hip hop especially, created their music was by taking a little sample of like a drum break. And so that's like where the idea of break beats come from. You've probably heard that term.
Right, yeah.
And so there's all these famous songs where the most famous break beats come from. Like half of them are James Brown, but a lot of other ones too. And so there's sort of beat samples, and then there's more sound and melodic samples. I'm gonna do some James Brown stuff right here.
Sweet.
And I hope you like it.
Shout out to the godfather of soul,
Oh yeah.
James Brown. Thank you, Nat Keefe, everybody.
Thank you.
So what was obviously James is a legend, but do you have like a main inspiration behind doing that sort of style with his song incorporated, or his style?
Well, so there's a few things going on there. So I got James Brown in the mix, and then I took a couple little chunks from one of my favorite bands, Appalachian Uprising. They're alive and well right now. They're really crushing it, and I mixed it with the James Brown, and I had to kind of adjust the keys so they work together a little bit. But I hope it sounds good, and I played that one Saturday night. We had a little party in a backyard here in San Francisco, socially distanced and masked and all that, and that tune just that particular sequence, the overlay of Appalachian Uprising with James Brown, it hits all the chakras. I mean, it feels so good to me. I hope it feels good to you.
Well, he's definitely a legend, and you're doing great. And I think that like you really have a knack for this style of music, and it's awesome that you do, because some of the other styles that you're known for are in a lot of ways different, and you know, some people wouldn't be able to pull off these two almost polar opposite styles of music, and I think that you're absolutely killing both. So
Thank you.
Raise a glass to
raise a glass of that.
to Nat.
I need to pour some more. Thank you. Cheers. Hey, here's to better times and good times. You know, we've had this shared experience, all of us, of this like super hard time, and everyone has a different story of these COVID times. And I think that those of us who are lucky enough to come out of it are going to come out stronger and more appreciative of the things we have, and maybe have a little perspective on the things we want to do and how we want to spend our time and who we want to spend it with. And so here's to, you know, clarity with all those things, and to just, you know, pushing on. We've just got a little bit more time of things being weird, and then things are going to be a lot better. And
cheers to National I Want You to Be Happy Day. And I hope everyone watching at home, I hope you're happy, because this is a great, great show that we're getting to have, thanks to Nat, and hope you're happy wherever you are. Tuned in.
And, you know, cheers to Jam Sellers, seriously, for putting on this show and, you know, paying musicians to come and play. And, you know, everyone can get behind good wine, of course. And it's cool. Jam Sellers is like taking their mission pretty seriously to spread the love. And I really appreciate it.
Have you seen our Sweet Relief Musicians Fund shows?
Oh, no, cool. What's that?
So starting back in December, we started this, and basically from this point forward, as of 2021, we've created this Final Friday sort of benefit show situation. We've partnered with Sweet Relief, which is a musicians fund that started back in '93 with Victoria Williams, and since then it's basically, especially during a time such as right now, provided musicians with the chance to continue their dream and continue providing people with the guidance and the empathy and the sympathy that we are provided through music. And it's such a great fund, and we have been giving $2,500 per show, per like, comment, share. And it's amazing. So we just did that last Friday with G Love. And that was a lot of fun. And we've been doing that once a month. And, you know, Jam Sellers, we really appreciate musicians and the value that they bring, not just on the more superficial level of listening, but the more in-depth level of providing us with the emotional side of things. And with that being said, thank you to everyone who's contributed and to everyone who tunes in for these Jam Happy Hours, because this is our version of a concert right now, and it's amazing that we have the technology. And I really appreciate you, Nat, for coming back and just providing us with all this new stuff too. It's freaking awesome.
You bet.
It's
at your
fucking
service.
awesome.
I really hope that after this COVID thing that it doesn't knock too many people out of the game. It's a precarious situation to start a band or start a project of any sort, and I hope that people don't take the more conservative, safe route and become finance people or social media this or that or tech this or that. Do the art first, and even if you fall on your face, that's fine, but do that first, and you can worry about money and stability later. But the universe has a way of rewarding people, myself included, who follow their dreams, and things end up coming together in some kind of way for a lot of people, not everybody. But
have you read The Secret or watched the documentary The Secret?
No, I've heard about that. I've had somebody talk my ear off about that before.
So
should I check out The Secret?
Yes. Long story short, it's the universe doesn't discriminate. If you are constantly thinking about what you don't want, it's going to give that to you. If you're having these negative thoughts and traffic again, that's what you're putting out there. If you try to consciously, think positive thoughts, it's really difficult in times like this, but if you try to have those positive thoughts, the universe is going to provide you with what you are thinking. Even it doesn't matter if you're I don't want this to happen. If you're constantly thinking, I don't want this to happen, I don't want this to happen, this sucks, that's what you're gonna get. And there's a lot more to it, but that's the brief gist of it. But I think it's on Netflix, The Secret, and then the book, you can probably just find that anywhere. But
cool. I'm open to that message for sure. That's
gives
really
a new
cool.
perspective. Yeah, really cool. All right, so we heard Universe, speaking of Universe, earlier, and check that out on your major music platform of choice. And are you ever gonna, you think, put out merch or vinyl? I know you've put out vinyl. We talked about that last July.
I would love to put out some BeatMower vinyl. That's not gonna happen immediately. I did actually just make BeatMower hats. Check this out.
Ooh!
Pretty cool.
Yes, that's awesome.
You can order one of these at my Indiegogo campaign that I just started. You just go to Indiegogo and look up BeatMower, and I'm raising some small funds to make a full length album. I hope that these 2 tracks are kind of like proof of concept, and then now I'm gonna make a full album, and I've got lots of ideas of how to do that. And I'm gonna be calling on my friends in Rwanda and Zambia and Ghana to contribute tracks, and I'm going to call on my friends in California and Mexico and elsewhere to contribute sounds, and then I'm going to put it all together, and it's going to sound sort of like this, but hopefully even the next step further.
Sweet. Well, thank you so much, Nat. Let's hear this last stuff.
All right. Well, maybe I'll do one song on the guitar just to ground us, after all this delicious electronic music.
Yeah. Let's do it.
I sometimes think of after a couple hours or an evening of doing electronic music, I feel like I've just been eating the oil and the sugar from the food and none of the fiber. Does that make sense?
Ooh, it does.
You're just taking just the sweetest part of every little song and then putting it all together, and it's just like having a sugar pie. And I like that. I definitely like that. But I also like playing acoustic music. Oh, sugar. Whoa.
Sugar pie? Wow.
I have a feeling that would be way too sweet for me.
It's our version of a Moscato.
Oh, cool. I mean, there's a time and a place for that. Yeah. I'm not gonna pour myself a brimful cup of Moscato.
Right.
All right, one more quick song. Mama, what have I done? A suitcase of cash and the roadside love a man, I'll get out of this business just as soon as I can. Out of this business just as soon as I can. Daddy, Daddy, what have I done? I killed the man with a gun, I keep it real cool and stop at every sign. Running crystal meth down Highway 99. Whoa, whoa, the living goes fast, and I'll be living big just as long as I last. Whoa, whoa, so love man, I'll get out of this business just as soon as I can. Out of this business just as soon as I can. Run, 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 the trouble's just begun and it's catching up to me. Run, 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 the damage is done, and he will be. Sacramento Lord, I'm a Modesto, Fresno, chapters on my mind. Bakersfield, Barstow, the Chesapeake, gonna leave this life behind. Mama, mama, what have I done? I guess I couldn't ever be my father's son. The tires shriek and the sirens whine. Running crystal meth down Highway 99. Whoa, whoa, living goes fast, and I'll be living big just as long as I last. Whoa, whoa, so love man, I'll get out of this business just as soon as I can. Out of this business just as soon as I can. Out of this business just as soon as I can. Out of this business just as soon as I can.
Woo!
Thank you.
Nat. And for everybody watching, you want to tell them where they can find that tune?
Oh, I haven't even recorded that tune. I have not even recorded that tune, but maybe I will someday. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, do you have a name for it?
Highway 99,
Okay.
which is an artery for crystal meth, from what I understand.
I went to school in Reno, so I am aware of all the terms. Well, if you want to keep yourself posted in terms of updates and just finding out what's new with Nat Keith, with BeatMower, with Hot Buttered Rum, you can follow at BeatMower on
Yep.
Instagram. And then what's the Hot Buttered Rum?
Hot Buttered Rum, that's just Hot Buttered Rum on Facebook. You can find it.
There you go. And with that being said, we've approached the happy hour. It is now on the West Coast, 5 o'clock. And with that being said, thank you so much, Nat. It was
Thank you,
great
Sam.
to see you again.
Yeah,
You got
good to
it.
see you again, too. Thank you so much for supporting my new thing.
Absolutely. And thank you to everyone who's tuned in today. Check out Nat on all the links posted below. Check out our wines if you need to get your stock replenished at home. And we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much, everybody.